then drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?
Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl Niquey Pooh, and today I am coming back with another story time. And today's story time is going to be about how I got played by one of my clients. And if you don't know, I am a braider, and I've been braiding since I was 10. So I've been doing this a long time. Keep in mind, I was about 15, I was 16. She was what, 20 something? In her early 20s. So, this is probably going to be a short story time because there's not really much to this story. But still kind of fucked up. So, I'm not going to talk y'all's ear out too much. I'm just going to get straight into the story time. So, basically, when I was 16 years old, I had just started getting serious with braiding, and it was starting to become a job for me. And I was already working at McDonald's at this point in my life because why not? I'm 16 and I needed a job. So I was working at McDonald's and was doing hair on the side. We're going to give her the name Ray. Don't know where that came from, but just work with it. So Ray texted me because I didn't have a booking site at this point because I was just starting to get serious about doing hair. Ray texted me, and she told me she got my number from one of my cousins. So I was like, okay, cool. And then we made conversation. I asked her how she knew my cousin. She told me, and that was that. She had came to me before, and I think I gave her straight backs or regular knotless braids. I don't remember what the style was, but I promise you, if I go back in my memories or back all the way up in my gallery, I'll find the picture. And I could probably find the pictures and put them like in one of these corners to show you what her hair looked like. It wasn't bad. This is me going back and watching the video over again and finding the picture. The hair was not even bad at all. It actually kind of looked good. The only thing about it was her part wasn't like straight down the middle. So I took it out of like angles so that I couldn't get that. But I peeped. But if you see the style, who's going back and redoing that? A L, I'm just going to have to take the L and get better. But I really didn't do a bad job. I think I actually did a pretty good job for my first time doing that style. And I'm about to put the picture of the hair in this next clip. But it wasn't my work today. So, I mean, she knew I was just starting off, like, braiding for real. And she asked me to do this style I've never done before. And it took forever. And they're the tribal braids, not like the Fulani braids where it's box braids in the back and it's cornrows in the front. It's like the actual, like, you have to French or it's actually where you have to like scalp braid like 1 row, 2 row, and then 3 rows. But she didn't want them big, she wanted them small. So yeah, yeah. So she texted me and she asked me, hey, King, do you know how to do tribal braids? I said, yeah. And she showed me a picture of what she wanted. If I find her number randomly, I'll put in the receipts. But I don't even think I had an iPhone back then, I'm not gonna lie. So she texted me and asked me, could I do tribal braids? I said, yes, of course, because I always love to try new styles. I've never done the style before. So I was like, okay, I'll put this on my page and maybe a lot of people will like it. Cool. We set up an arranged time and date to do her hair. And the day of her appointment, she comes, but she comes like 20, 30 minutes to an hour late. And I was like, okay. But like back then I'm 18 now. And 2 years ago, I wasn't really picky about my policies, and I wasn't really enforcing any type of rules and regulations or and stuff like that. The only thing I did ask of people is to bring cash, and that's it. I wasn't asking for a deposit from anybody at that point because I didn't understand why braiders or any hairstylist charge a deposit. So I just didn't ask for one from anybody because I was like, deposits are so stupid. Why are people charging deposits? And then I realized you gotta buy the hair, you gotta buy the gel, and you're not putting the prices of the hair and the gel in to the time that you are working on your client. But I didn't realize how important deposits were until after this situation. So, as I was saying, she came about 30 minutes to an hour late. I'm not sure what it was because it was about 2-3 years ago. Come sit in the chair. Okay, cool. I start braiding her hair and we're watching a movie. She was the type that was quiet when getting her hair done. She wasn't very talkative. She didn't want to make conversation. Every time I tried to ask her a question, she would not brush me off, but like just answer like quickly and then stop talking and got back on her phone. So like, okay, cool. She don't want to talk. I start braiding, and then as I'm braiding like the bottom row, I'm like, this is gonna take forever. And I didn't braid as fast as I braid now. I was just getting better, I guess. I was practicing until I got where I am now. With that being said, this took about 8 to 9 hours. She came around, I would say 12, and then left at like 9 p.m. So yeah, it was about 8 or 9 hours. So I'm braiding, and as a hairstylist, we all do this. Nobody can deny it. I glanced at her phone a couple of times just because I'm nosy. And then I looked over a little bit and saw she was texting somebody. And me being the nosy person that I am, I read the text. And she was texting him saying how I was fucking her hair up. Okay. Mind you, she did go to the bathroom right before this and took a picture of her hair and everything because I saw her send the picture of her hair to whoever she was texting. I don't remember what she said exactly in the message. I just know it wasn't nice. She said something along the lines of she's fucking my hair up, or I don't like the way she's doing my hair, or blase. I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but it was not nice. Not nice at all. And I was like, okay. I thought I was doing a good job. But if you think I'm messing your hair up, then you should definitely say something before you go texting your friends. But that's none of my business. That's just how some people roll. Not how I roll, but yeah. So I'm just looking like, oh, I thought I was doing a good job. I guess I'm not. I was unmotivated at that point, but I was still getting it done. And I wasn't changing nothing about what I was doing to make it look even worse or anything like that, because I'm not a bad person. I just take that criticism that she didn't know she gave me and got better. So I'm getting to the top of her hair, and she asks to go to the bathroom again. Takes a picture of her hair and goes on her Instagram or her Finsta or whatever it was and post a picture of her hair saying that her part was crooked and this, that, and the third and blase, blase. And then she keeps scrolling down. Like, she's scrolling through her posts, scrolling. And I come across the last time I did her hair, and it was a picture of it with the caption, "She fucked my hair up, blase, blase." I don't know. I don't remember what she said exactly. Like I said, it was 2 years ago. But it was not nice. So I'm like, this girl just don't like me or something. Like, if I fucked your hair up the first time, why are you coming back? Is all I want to know. If you know that I'm a beginner and that I'm just now starting to do this for real, why are you coming at my neck to other people? Like, do something with your life. Anyways, so at that point, I knew something was up. I knew something was a little fishy about the whole situation. So I'm braiding, finishing up her hair. And her mom comes early, and her mom's yelling at her saying, mind you, she's 20 years old. Or 20-something. She was old enough. 20-something years old. You're too old to be acting like this. She texts her mom to come, and I told her it was going to be 30 minutes before I got done, and she ended up staying an extra 15 minutes. So her mom calls her and says, "Where are you at? Why aren't you out here? Blase, blase." And she keeps asking me how much longer. I'm like, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, we're done. So then I'm like, "How are you paying?" She said through Cash App, but my Cash App's not working right now, and I was just gonna have my mom pay you when I got home. And me being the naive 16-year-old that I was, I said okay. She gets in the car, drives off. She says she lives only about like 10 minutes away from her. She says she only lives about 10 minutes away from my house. So I'm like, all right. I texted her about 30 minutes later so she can get settled in and everything. And I asked her, did she get home safe? I was being nice. Okay. You see, I was being nice to the girl, and she still played the fuck out of me. Like, what does that say about you as a person? I was being nice. And I asked her, did she get home safe? No response. Texted her about an hour later. Hey, did your mom send the money? Or when was she gonna send the money? Something like that. Something along the lines of that. No response. So I'm like, okay, maybe she fell asleep and forgot. Giving her a little bit of grace. Next day, I texted her around 12 to give her some time to wake up, brush her teeth, get her hair done, wash up, and get herself together. So, texted her at 12 and said, hey, did your mom send the money? Or when did you plan on sending the money? No response. So, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, I ended up going off on her. Not in the way y'all think, like I'm over here cussing her out and stuff. No, I'm just like texting her like, I lied. I gave it another, I think, week or maybe 3 or 4 days, 2, 3, 4 days, something like that. And I texted her again. I said, I think you forgot to send me my money. Mind you, this was like $160 style, when I should have charged $200 and something for that style because it took me so long, and they were long as I don't know what, like, and you only got them done for $160. Please, that's not nothing compared to what people are charging now. Anyways, I texted her and I was like, I think you forgot to send me my money. And then no response, nothing like that. And I text my cousin, I'm like, hey, can you text Ray and tell her to send me my money? Because she told me her mom was going to send me my money and never did. And my cousin, she was like, oh, that's really effed up. Like, you shouldn't have to go through that. She shouldn't have done that. And blase, blase. I don't remember the whole conversation. And then I was like, yeah, that was not cool at all. Like, you're grown, scamming a 16-year-old. Stop. Like, do something better with your life. So my cousin Kaylee texted her, but I told her to text her, like, just saying hey, like, to get her attention, and she responded back and said hey back. And then when my cousin texted her and said something about giving my cousin her money, she didn't respond. Like, come on. So at that point, I ended up going off on her myself. Texted her on her Instagram and her number, and then blocked her. Because why? And then 2 years later, and I just found this out 2022. Turns out my favorite client in the whole wide world, I love her to death. It was her cousin. Ray was her cousin. She was talking about going to a baby shower, and her cousin's name was Ray. And I was looking at her face and I was like, oh, she came to me a minute ago and scammed me. And my client, she was like disappointed in her cousin, and she asked me if she wanted to text her for me, and I was like, no, it's okay. Because moral of the story, and this goes out to every small business owner, braider, hairstylist, nail tech, esthetician, whatever. Not all money is good money. Remember that, because you may be making almost $200 on a head, but the client is rude, leaves trash everywhere, doesn't respect you or your environment that you're in, or if they just don't give off a good vibe, cut it. I had to learn that not all money is good money a long time ago. Because if she would have texted me again and asked me to do her hair, I would probably say yeah. But I would have made her pay at the beginning of the appointment. So what I took out of this is that, for one, not all money is good money. And for two, charge a freaking deposit. It doesn't have to be half of the original payment. I just charge $20 deposit so I can purchase the hair. A lot of people charge deposits to just save their spot and to know that they're going to get the other half when the client gets there. But I'd rather not do that. And if you feel like somebody is off or something's off with somebody, please trust your instincts and take their money before, not take it. We don't take money, but get their money before you start on their hair or nails or facial, anything. So yeah, that is the end of this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to become a Pooh Bear. And yeah, much love to you guys, and
10:30, no later than drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real?